Hi everyone, my name is Leela and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making chicken lettuce wraps. Now for those of you who have never had chicken lettuce wraps before, what it is basically a mixture of ground chicken, chopped mushrooms, and chopped water chestnuts, which are served alongside of lettuce leaves. Now to eat these, you would just take one of the lettuce leaves, place a little bit of the chicken mixture in the center, wrap it up, and top it with some dipping sauce. So let's go ahead and get started on our chicken lettuce wraps. Now the first thing that I want to do is soak the dried shiitake mushrooms in warm water for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, just until they reconstitute. Now here I have about 1.5 pounds of ground chicken. The first thing that I want to do is add the marinade. So I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of cooking sherry. And cooking sherry can be found in most local grocery stores near the vinegar section usually. And then about 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And once I add these 2 ingredients, I just want to mix them into my ground chicken. Then once those 2 ingredients are mixed in, I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of water and then about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh cracked pepper. And then I'm going to mix in the cornstarch. And then I want to actually use my hand just to make sure it mixes in completely. Then once the cornstarch is mixed in, I'm going to add the teaspoon of peanut oil. And again, use my hand to mix that in as well. And then once everything is mixed in, I'm just going to cover it and let it marinate while we prepare our other ingredients. Now for the ginger, I'm just going to take the peel off with my knife. And then I just want to cut it into tiny pieces. About this size here. So for the garlic, I'm just going to use a teaspoon of this pre-chopped minced garlic. And this can usually be found in the produce section of most local grocery stores. Now here I have the green onion, which I ran under cold running water and just dried with paper towels. And I'm just going to chop off the base of the end and just a little bit from the tops like this. Then I want to just cut it down the center and slice it into tiny pieces. So for my pepper, I'm just going to use 2 teaspoons of crushed red pepper. You can also use about 3 and cut them into tiny pieces, but for this recipe I'm just going to use this crushed red pepper. Now for the water chestnuts, I'm going to be using diced water chestnuts, and these can usually be found in most local grocery stores in the ethnic section. Now once the mushrooms reconstitute, you just want to drain them from the water, and you can actually squeeze them to get all of the water out possible. Like this. And then you want to just go ahead and lay them out and just dry them with paper towels. And now that the mushrooms are dry, we just want to cut off all the stems like this. And then what we want to do is just cut them into tiny pieces. About this size, that size there. Now for the sauce, I'm going to start with about a tablespoon of hoisin sauce. Now this sauce, I use the Kum Chun brand, and it can usually be found in most Oriental grocery stores. So I'm going to start with a tablespoon of this. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce. As well as a tablespoon of sherry. And sherry, I just use regular cooking sherry, which can be found in most grocery stores near the vinegar section. Then to this I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of water. And then 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Now the oyster sauce that I use is a Panda brand oyster sauce, and this can be found in Oriental grocery stores as well. It's this one here. Next I'm just going to add a teaspoon of sesame oil, and then a teaspoon of regular white sugar, and then 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. And then I'm just going to mix this together, and I want to make sure that the cornstarch dissolves thoroughly as I mix this all up. And once the sauce is thoroughly mixed and the cornstarch has dissolved, then we can prepare our other ingredients. Now the lettuce in this dish, the leaves are actually going to be the cups in which you place the chicken and roll it in. Now to take the leaves off, what I usually do is just cut out the core. And remember, you don't want to crush these leaves because these are going to be your cups. So you want to carefully cut the core out of the lettuce head itself. Okay, and once you cut the core out, then you can just gently pull off the leaves of your head of lettuce. So that you have cups like this. Now these you want to wash under cold running water and then dry them with paper towels. But these are what you're going to wrap the chicken filling in. Now once you remove all of the lettuce leaves and dry them with paper towels, the other thing I want to do is cut off of this hard core on each of them. So I just want to cut that stem piece right there off of each of the lettuce leaves. And once the oil is hot, we just want to add in the chicken, and then we're just going to stir fry it for about 4 minutes. And we want to break it up as we stir fry it. So as it cooks, you just want to make sure to break it up so that you have little tiny pieces kind of clumped together like this. And once the chicken is cooked, you just want to remove it from the wok and drain it in a colander. And once the oil is hot, we're just going to add the ginger, the garlic, the green onion, and the crushed red pepper. And we just want to stir fry this for about a minute or until fragrant. Then after about a minute, we're just going to add in the mushrooms and the water chestnuts. And we want to stir fry this for about another 3 minutes. And then after about 3 minutes, we just want to return the chicken to the wok. Mix these up together. And then slowly add in the sauce and just stir until everything is combined. And once everything is combined and heated through, then we can remove it from the heat. Then you want to serve the chicken mixture alongside the lettuce wraps, which I have stacked right here, one on top of the other. And so we have the lettuce wraps, the chicken mixture, and our dipping sauce. Enjoy!